Hello, good morning, students. Ashar Adil this side from Gateway School. Today I am going to explain the poem, The Ball Poem, for class 10th, and the book is the main book, First Flight. The poem is by John Berryman. He is an American poet, very popular poet. He has won several names in several awards and functions and celebrations at literary level. So he is very renowned figure. The Ball Poem, if I have to say in one word, the main idea of this poem, the main idea can be described by one word: loss. So the theme of the poem is loss. Through this poem, poet wants to convey the idea that loss is a universal phenomenon in everyone's life. To make his point more appealing and broader, he has exemplified the idea of loss and the grief that comes after loss with an example of a small boy, a young boy. So the poet says in the poem that there is a young boy, he loses his ball. His football was skipped from his hand, and the football goes in front of the boy's eyes. His football goes in the harbor, in the water, in the pond. And the boy was he was paralyzed with fear and sorrow and grief. His legs were trembling. He was completely immersed in the loss of his football, a big ball. Poet says that I can go and tell the boy that, hey, don't worry, I can give you money, you can buy another ball. Or poet imagines he can go and tell the boy that don't worry, there is another ball, there are many balls in the world. But he does not do this. Why? Why he stops himself from going and intruding on the boy? Because he wanted the boy to learn the reality of life. So he did not go and console the boy. Instead, he left the boy feel the responsibility. Then one more thing, that poet thinks that even if I give him money to buy ball, he may buy ball, but can he buy the memories, the belongingness? No, he can't buy. And the same thing happens with the boy. When he saw that my football is floating in the water, he was helpless. He desperately stood there thinking about ball, and at that moment when he was standing looking at his ball for a long time, he was recollecting memories. He was recollecting memories related to the ball. So suppose you buy him ball, even then you cannot pacify him, you cannot console him, because memories that are attached with the ball is not to be bought or to be sold. Right? Then finally, the boy learns the lesson, and the idea is closed. So this is the poem. This is a bit philosophical poem, that life is full of loss. Okay, today the boy lost his ball, football, playing ball. Today he lost this, tomorrow he may lose something else. You may suffer from the loss of this thing, that thing. So in day-to-day life, we suffer from the loss of our beloved ones or our beloved things. and we have to learn to tackle the sorrow, the pain, the grief, and take the responsibility, and even after loss, move on with your life. Right? So this is the idea, and the poem explains the idea very beautifully. In the second part, I will explain few phrases and few nice conjugation of words that have come in the poem. I will explain that in the part 2. So this is it for part 1. The explanation of the poem is complete. The idea is loss, and after loss we suffer from grief, pain, sorrow, deep level of sorrow and grief. But the poet wants us to learn that hey, loss is a universal thing. You will encounter loss, so don't stick to that. Learn it, overcome it, and be prepared for facing bigger losses, because you will always get to lose something in life. This is it for the day. Wait for the part 2. We'll explain few phrases and other pair of verbs. Till then, bye bye.